Have you ever noticed how people grow careless with what they think will never leave? A friend who takes your patience as weakness, a partner who mistakes your forgiveness for endless supply, a colleague who counts on your silence to mean approval. It stings, doesn't it? That quiet ache of being present, yet unseen. The truth is, they rarely respect the one who always stays. They don't bow to the saint who forgives without end, the diplomat who explains every wound, the lover who keeps handing out second chances as if one day it will change their eyes. What they recognize, though they will never admit it, is the one who chooses absence over argument, the one who lets the emptiness speak louder than pleading words. Walking away is not rage. It is not cruelty. It is the calm act of reclaiming your worth. And here lies the paradox. Sometimes the only way to be valued is to vanish. Stay with me, and let's walk into this truth together. As we step into the first chapter, picture the silence after a storm, the kind that makes the air heavy, the kind that makes everyone sense that something has changed. People don't respect the one who explains, forgives endlessly, or stays hoping to be valued. They bow to the one who vanishes without flinching. In that stillness, colder than steel, the entire space rearranges itself. Why does absence strike harder than presence? Because availability signals desperation. Every time you stay after a slight, you announce that your price can be bargained down. They may not study philosophy, but they know supply and demand. Abundance cheapens, scarcity crowns. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. In silence, you prove it." Now imagine the cycle as a cruel experiment. They hurt you, pause, and watch. You respond with paragraphs, apologies, explanations, so they adjust the dosage, sharper words, longer silences, subtler lies. Like a scientist observing a mouse press the lever that delivers pain, they conclude you cannot learn, so they escalate. You, in turn, rehearse defenses, draft monologues, pour energy into proving your worth. But then one morning, the lever clicks no more. You walk away. No fanfare, no slammed doors, no public unfriending, just stillness. The hush before a storm they never foresaw. Suddenly the scientist becomes the subject, refreshing your profile, rereading old threads, tasting the terrifying thought that maybe you found richer company in self-respect, or that your own reflection was enough. Here's where the path of disrespect splits. In the first, you chase closure. You compose essays about boundaries and feelings, only to receive back an emoji, a K, fragments of attention that mock the weight of your effort. Your thoroughness validates their laziness. In the second, you delete not the message, but the attachment in your heart. The chat bubble stays untouched, a digital tombstone. Silence becomes the sermon. Seneca said, "Silence is a lesson learned from many sufferings. That silence is enough." It tells them you will no longer finance their cruelty with your attention. It tells you your dignity has found new soil. From here, the truth grows sharper. Endurance mistaken for tolerance is not virtue. Only when you withdraw do they feel consequence. Vision fades, but scars remain. Your departure burns deeper than any conversation you ever begged to have. This scar is not for them, it is for you. For every moment you endured without end, you were chiseling away your own worth. Walking away is the treaty you sign with yourself, redrawing borders around your sovereignty. You say without words, "Here lies my dignity." Trespassers will encounter nothing but echoes. In the end, the path clears. Silence is not sulking, it is strategy. Withdrawal is not weakness, it is the boldest form of belief in yourself. You may think leaving is loss, but it is the only way to stop playing a rigged game. Epictetus taught, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. By stepping back, you win the only freedom that matters. You rise from the maze into clean air. And as you walk into that stillness, remember, the shock of absence is the only language those who once took you for granted can truly understand. That is where respect begins, not in staying, not in pleading, but in leaving clean. Moving into the second chapter, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a border not yet drawn. The air is quiet, yet heavy with decision. Walking away is not a tantrum, it is a treaty. Each step you take redraws a map, carving out new lines around your sovereignty. Here lies my dignity. Beyond this point, trespassers will encounter nothing but echoes. To many, this stance looks cold, even cruel. But cruelty to your own worth is the most lethal cruelty of all, silent, invisible, and consuming from within. Now imagine the voices around you. Some will call you stubborn, stone-hearted, dramatic. They will campaign against your clarity because your confusion served their comfort. Anyone who fed on your uncertainty will fight to keep you uncertain. But stone outlasts sand. And in this world, it is better to be steady than to be scattered. Machiavelli once warned that misplaced compassion only turns into cruelty against those who deserved your strength. The Stoics knew the same truth. Self-betrayal is the worst betrayal. When you bend past your breaking point, you injure not only yourself, but those who depend on your integrity. Here's where forgiveness enters the scene. Forgive, yes, but forgive like a Stoic. Quietly, without spectacle. Public forgiveness is like cheap credit, another loan that will never be repaid. Quiet forgiveness is cash under the mattress, safe, intact, fueling your departure. It buys your ticket forward. It keeps your peace from being auctioned in the marketplace of other people's excuses. Seneca once said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Extend that wisdom. Delay the announcement of your forgiveness until it no longer needs to be spoken. At this stage, manipulation shifts tactics. Expect the breadcrumb barrage, the sudden hey stranger, the shared memory, the nostalgia meme. Each crumb is bait. Bite once, and the respect you earned dissolves like salt in water. Patience is power. Let them starve. Every unanswered invitation weakens their grip. Each ignored attempt strengthens your stance. Leave silence unnamed, and it becomes even sharper. From here, the real work begins, not watching them, but auditing yourself. Why did I tolerate what I did? Which fracture in my foundation allowed their weight to settle there? Marcus Aurelius urged, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look. Answer with honesty, and you pour concrete into those cracks." The next time someone tries the same tactics, the ground will not give way. What once shook you will find no purchase. And here is the paradox. The boldest act is often not a strike, but a step back. Fortune, Machiavelli said, is like a woman. She favors the bold. Boldness is not noise, not a raised voice or a slammed door. Boldness is the faith to walk away, wagering everything on your own self-belief. To withdraw is to declare, "My value is not in what I endure, but in what I refuse." This is where distance becomes armor and patience becomes your sharpest blade. Walking away is not weakness. It is sovereignty in motion. It is the line in the sand that no tide can erase. And as we advance, We'll see how this sovereign stance changes not just how they see you, but how you begin to see yourself. Advancing to the third chapter, picture the silence of your absence echoing louder than any argument you once made. It forces them into one of two states, reflection or unraveling, sometimes both. If reflection takes root, perhaps growth follows, but that is their harvest, not your duty. If unraveling wins, they twist stories to save face. Suddenly, you are heartless, selfish, the one who never cared. Notice the speed of this reversal. It exposes the truth. What they offered was not affection, but control, dressed as kindness. Now imagine the aftermath. Some bonds do survive a single walk away. The other person wakes up, repairs, rises. In those rare cases, you welcome them back, but through gates now guarded with new codes. Others, however, thrash about, promising reform with words that cost them nothing. Remember this: every false promise you accept invoices your peace. A debt collector never falls for sweet talk. Neither should you. Hold steady. Let actions, not apologies, be the only currency you consider. Here's where the chorus of outsiders enters. The onlookers, friends, colleagues, relatives, will voice their verdicts. They'll assign blame based on headlines, not histories. Let them talk. Reputation built on rumor is nothing but sandcastles waiting for the tide. You are not building castles of sand. You are laying fortresses on solid ground. Seasons will pass, and the storytellers will scatter. What remains is the truth you live, not the tales they spin. From here, turn inward. Practice sovereign rituals within your fortress. Invest in knowledge that sharpens the mind, in training that strengthens the body, in habits that steady the spirit. The energy you once wasted decoding mixed signals now fuels mastery. Months later, when they scroll through your life, they will find no cryptic laments, no subtweets, no public theater of pain. That absence of complaint will sting them more than any insult, because it proves you were always capable of thriving without them. This is where the Stoic wrinkle shows itself. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Walking away is the enactment of this maxim. You no longer litigate your worth. You embody it. Value demonstrated cannot be refuted. Value debated is easily discounted. Critics will accuse you of pride. Accept the charge. Pride, rightly placed, is knowing the market price of your soul and refusing clearance sales. False humility is nothing but an open invitation to predators who sense a discount. At this stage, watch carefully for scarcity's lesson. Those who once used you as emotional Wi-Fi will search for another hotspot. They may find one, but borrowed power is always unstable. In time, they will realize you were the router, not the user. By then, you will be broadcasting from a private network, your signal stronger and untouchable. Machiavelli warned that rulers must choose allies with care, avoiding flatterers who hide ambition behind admiration. In today's world, beware the cheerleader whose pom-poms conceal a pickpocket's hands. Applause can be camouflage for extraction. So walk early, walk often. Walk far from arenas where the roar intoxicates more than the results justify. For the applause of the crowd is fleeting.